This is a story about diving into the darkest corners of your mind and the horrors that wait when you tear open doors that were meant to stay locked. Elliot Gray was desperate. For years, he'd been plagued by dreams he couldn't explain. Violent, fragmented images of shadowy faces, bloodied hands and screaming that echoed long after he woke. Therapy hadn't helped, and medication only dulled the edges. That's when he heard about regression therapy, a radical technique designed to recover suppressed memories. Dr. Lydia Crane was a specialist in uncovering forgotten truths. Her clients swore by her methods, calling her a savior, but others whispered darker stories, claims that she pushed too far, that some memories were suppressed for a reason. Elliot didn't care. He just wanted peace. The first session was simple. A calm voice, a dimly lit room, and the soft ticking of a metronome. Lydia guided Elliot into his subconscious, asking gentle questions. At first, he only saw mundane snapshots of childhood, playing with toys, running in the yard. But when she probed deeper, something changed. Elliot began to shake, his breathing turned shallow, his hands clawing at the armrests of the chair. "There's a door," he mumbled, his voice distant. "What's behind the door, Elliot?" Lydia asked, her tone firm but calm. I don't want to look," her voice softened. "You have to open it. That's where the truth is." Reluctantly, Elliot stepped through the mental threshold. His body stiffened, his face twisted in terror. "It's dark," he whispered. "There's something watching me." "What do you see?" Lydia pressed. And then, with a sudden jolt, Elliot screamed, a guttural, soul-ripping sound. He began to speak, but it wasn't his voice. It was deeper, guttural, almost inhuman. "You shouldn't have come here," the voice hissed. Lydia froze. "Elliot? He doesn't belong to you anymore," the voice continued. "You pulled him back into the dark. Now he's ours." Elliot's eyes snapped open, but they weren't his eyes anymore. They glowed with an unnatural light, pupils swirling like black holes. He lunged at Lydia, gripping her wrist with unnatural strength. "You wanted to see the truth? Look closer." In that moment, Lydia saw everything. The memories Elliot had buried weren't his own. They were the fragments of something much older, much darker. A presence that had latched onto him as a child, feeding off his fear, hiding in the shadows of his mind. When Elliot collapsed moments later, unconscious, Lydia was left shaking. She knew she had gone too far, pushed him into a space where the mind wasn't meant to wander. The aftermath was chaos. Elliot didn't wake for days, and when he did, he didn't remember the session or who Lydia was. But she couldn't forget. The whispers that now followed her, the feeling of unseen eyes in every dark corner. The forbidden zone of the mind isn't just a vault of memories, it's a battleground. And when you confront what's locked away, you don't always come out the same. Sometimes you bring something back with you, something that doesn't belong.